And I'm going to go ahead and just play them both out, because we need to know if our Dryad is getting petty thefted before we commit to Summoner's Pacting. Hello and welcome, everybody. We are here for round 3 with the list that you see on screen, and if you're not familiar with the list, not only can you find it in the description below via MTG Goldfish, hashtag not sponsored, you can also check out match 1, where I talk in detail about the card choices and the decisions that are being made in this list. So if you are not familiar with it, then check it out. And otherwise, I'm excited to hop into this game here. I will see you guys in game 1. Alrighty, let's hop into this match. Doubt we'll be lucky enough to be on the play for a third time. Oh, we're playing against Hugo Freitas, one of the leaderboard peoples. And yeah, I mean, we got a turn 1 Saga hand, turn 2 Explore, and a potential turn 3 Titan. So, I mean, we'll keep this. Totally fine hand by me. And we will, of course, be leading on turn 1 Saga, trying to get this Amulet out as fast as possible. You've seen the title of the league. You know exactly what we're doing here. We're just powering out fast Titans. A Scout or Amulet to go along with this Explorer on turn 2 will be fantastic. They play Seagate Reborn. Interesting. I'm not really sure what deck would be playing Seagate Reborn. It could just be tech against Tasha's Hideous Laughter, because this is a huge 7-mana spell, so that would make sense to me. Alright, well, now if we draw one of those 1-drops, we actually can't cast it, so I don't know what we want to draw here. I guess Garen Brig? Or Titan, or Azusa. Amulet might still be good enough, to be honest. Because we float with the Saga, get Amulet, play second Amulet, play Bounce Land, Dryad, like Titan. Something like that. We'll just play the Valcut and pass here, since we are living in fantasy land and we draw the actual cards that we draw, and not the cards that we could in theory draw. So our opponent plays Steam Vents. Interesting, and they're just passing. I guess they're afraid of getting Titaned this turn. Makes sense. They could be holding up Counterspell. Oh, they have Ice to tap our green source. Okay. We could make a token here. Let's see. If we float, get an Amulet, play Bounce Land, play Dryad, Bounce Land, Pact for Azusa. I think we wouldn't have enough mana. We'd have to top deck exactly Azusa, Grazer, or Titan here. But, I think the likelihood that we find something we can use here that will make use of our Saga mana more efficiently is more likely than us wanting the 1/1 token here, so I'm just going to let this go. We'll draw. Forest. Well, maybe we should have made the token. I don't know. We're still going to be playing some Dryads this turn anyways, though, so no big deal. We'll get Amulet, of course. We'll play our Growth Chamber. This way we can play a second Dryad after we play the first one. We'll pick up the Bounce Land, of course. Play Dryad. Play Growth Chamber, Dryad. Let's see, 3, Azusa, up to 4. We definitely can't Titan, so yeah, the best we can do is second Dryad, land, pass, I think. Alright. I mean, we got 2 Dryads in play, that's not nothing. Could our opponent be on a Cascade deck of some sort? Fire and Ice is kind of an odd one. It's usually in more controlling type strategies. We'll know for sure if they play a Shardless Agent here and put some Rhinos into play. They have Fury to kill one of our Dryads. That's good, but since we had specifically double Dryad, it's not as good as it otherwise could have been, I suppose. Interesting. Saga. Okay, well, I think it's going to be right to go for the Titan, especially since if they force of negation a Summoner's Pact, then we have a backup here. So let's start by playing out our land drops here, and I'm going to go ahead and just play them both out, because we need to know if our Dryad is getting petty thefted before we commit to Summoner's Pacting. Alright, now that we have the information we needed, we'll float, and in response to this Growth Chamber, we'll go ahead and cast Pact, because supposedly, whether our Pact resolves here will inform what land we need to pick up. I pick up the Titan for sure, and I think, as far as what land we want to put into our hand here, I'd rather just play around something. Alright, our opponent just concedes. Very gracious of our opponent. We were obviously showing them that we were going to go for the Titan, so. And I am very likely to assume our opponent is on a Cascade deck at this point, so. Particularly Rhinos, since they didn't cycle any cards, so we're going to want explosives against Rhinos. don't think we care for Relic. Or Pithy Needle. Grazer's alright, but Scout... I guess Scout dies to Fire and Ice, but that's a 2-mana spell, which is very different than dying to, like, Bolt or something. I think Fire and Ice is not something we really want to worry about as far as Scout is concerned, but I guess with them on the play, it could be relevant. Or also Bone Crusher Giant. Okay, I think on the draw, we want Grazers, but on the play, we want Scout. No guarantee I'll remember that, by the way. And we could bring in Force for something like Alpine... No, not Alpine Moon. They wouldn't play that, but like Blood Moon, perhaps? That's definitely a possibility. I don't know that I want to play around the possibility of Blood Moon, though, to be honest. I don't think I really do. If they have Blood Moon, then we'll just die and side in Force of Vigors after, but until we know they have Blood Moon, it just dilutes our Titan plan, so at this point, I'm just going to be fine with it. They do play things like Cryptic Command on occasion, although I think the version that plays Fury is not playing Cryptic Commands, so maybe we don't need to worry about it as much, but still, I'm going to leave the Caverns into Hedge. We can trim 1 Summoner's Pact, as they're weak to Force and Negation anyways. Trim 1 Explorer, and call it a day. Yeah, I think having Explosives is probably reasonable in this matchup, just to try to make sure they can't clock us out of the game. I mean, we trim an Explorer to not have awkward, kind of slow hands like this, but... I mean, should we mulligan for a turn 1 Saga or turn 1 Amulet? I mean, they play Foundation Breaker, probably, so... I mean, probably not. I think we're supposed to keep this, but I wouldn't be surprised if this hand is actually just not good enough. Our opponent mulliganed to 5, by the way. Maybe they mulliganed to 4? What is going on? They mulliganed to 4 and conceded the game. I mean, I can't blame them for conceding in that situation, but what was our opponent playing? I'm gonna assume this was Rhinos and call it that. Well, my sincere apologies to our opponent for their unfortunate luck, but as far as the YouTube video is concerned, we definitely take those. At least we won, I guess. So we got a decent game 1, so... Obviously, the hand that we kept there in game 2 was perfect. Didn't need to change a thing. And, yeah. I apologize if you expected more from this video, but I'll see you guys in the next one. This is Red Face Menace, signing off.